online shoppers? Is it time to upgrade your bar stools in your kitchen or in your entertaining area? I have found the most beautiful bar stools in a style that matches with a lot of contemporary kitchens. You just got to check out these Angel Line Cambridge Espresso bar stools with the gray seats and studding. Gorgeous and super easy to put together. And your assembly time is under 10 minutes a stool. Instruction manual, seats, seat, here's all your parts, legs, more legs. And I want to point out that all of the legs are wrapped in this really nice thin foam, so they're not going to rub in shipping or get scratched. So they are going to look really nice once you take them out and put these stools together. These are the cross braces for your stool at the bottom. More legs. More cross braces. It's time to put it together, so I'm just going to put the legs on now. For some reason, they want you to put the legs this way and then this way, so they've got them named AA and then BB. I followed the instructions because then there's no problems afterwards. Just so you take a little look, there's a bit of a cutaway in the leg here so that it's going to fit nice and securely inside here, and they are really clearly labeled so you can see that is a B leg. As well, here and here you have where the dowels go for resting your feet. I'm going to give you a close-up of the parts that you use to connect the leg. This is your hex socket head bolt. This is your locking washer, and this one here is your flat washer. So you're going to feed the two washers on in that order on your bolt. So then you're going to use these to attach the legs to the seat of your bench. So you can see right in here, they've pre-drilled the holes there, and they've also pre-drilled the holes on the leg. Just have to line them up. I always like to do a little finger tighten before I start using a tool, and that's good because it kind of locks your leg in place. So just a little finger tighten like that. Another one of the hex bolt assemblies like that, finger tighten here. And they provide you an Allen wrench for attaching and tightening these legs. And I like to use the Allen wrench, but you can also use a power tool, a drill with the appropriate attachments to put this in. I've got this finger tighten. I'm going to use my little Allen key, which is right here. I like to start with my long side here. It fits in really easy. You can spin it as well, pretty easy like that. And then I always save the short side for torque to give myself that extra little power with the lever on the longer side. That is pretty tight right there. Get the locking washers to engage. I'm just going to flip to the shorter side here, wiggle it in, and use that longer side to give me some torque and really have a nice tight fit on these hex bolts into the legs. I know you said to use the shorter side for some torque, but you also want to remember you've got 3 other legs to attach, and you don't want to tighten it so much because you are going to have to wiggle your cross supports in, and if these are super tight into the seat, you're not going to have enough play in the legs to insert the crossbars. So save the final tightening for the end once everything has been assembled, and then you can really just lock it all in place. Here's my other B, and you can see the pre-drilled holes. I'm just going to line it up here and use 2 more of my hex bolt assemblies, finger tightened to get it in place. Use the Allen key to do a preliminary tighten. There we go, there's one. I'm going to use my Allen key here to just get it tightened in place, hold it, and then I'm going to insert the other 2 legs and attach them with the hex bolt assembly. Now here is the A leg. I can't see a difference between A and B, but I think it maybe has to do with where the holes are placed here for the crossbars. So you want to make sure that you line them up properly, that they are diagonal from each other. The B's are this way, the A's are this way. So again, we take our hex bolt assembly, and here is our last A leg. We're going to install it right here. 2 more of these hex bolt assemblies. So remember when I told you not to attach the legs securely? The reason you have to not attach them securely is you need some wiggle room to get these crossbars in. This one here is D and this one here is C. So obviously they go on 2 different parts of the stool. This is the wider one, C, and it's going to go between the leg supports that are wider, and this one is D, and they're going to go between the leg supports that are narrower. As I said before, you want to have some wiggle room. Now on D and C both, they have angled holes for your screws to go in to attach these crossbars crossbars firmly to the legs of the stool. So you don't want to put them in with the angle holes facing up, because then when you turn the stool over, you're going to see the holes. So you want to make sure that when you put these in, the angle holes would be facing where the floor is. Here is C going in with a wiggle here and a wiggle here. Now you see I definitely am going to need to tighten this up. And here is D, same thing, angle holes facing where the floor would be, and like that. And we are in. Now I'm going to do the same thing on the other side here and use the screws in here to firmly attach the crossbars to the legs of the stool. So here is my next set of D and C. So we're going to insert those with a wiggle. Remember, holes to the floor like that and like that. And C, holes to the floor like this and like this. So the basic construction is here. Now it's time to tighten everything up. As I said before, when you get these stools, you actually have everything you need in the box to assemble them. And if you want to go completely manual, you can do all the assembly, even the super tightening, with this little Allen key in the hex bolt assemblies. However, it's always nice to have a shortcut. Here I have my handy little DeVoco toolkit. This is the kit that I use to do all of my product assemblies, and I use it for all kinds of things around my house. There is pretty much anything that you would need to do any kind of minor repairs or assemblies around your house. I love that it has this really nice little rechargeable drill in here. Now what I did, instead of using my Allen key, I put in a hex bolt attachment, and I'm just going to use that to tighten because, you know, it's faster. Now, one more little piece of advice. Yes, I use the drill to do all that tightening for me, but I also love to go back in with my Allen key and use this to give that final good torque on the hex bolt assemblies to get it really nice and tight. Because remember, we're going to be sitting on these, and we don't want them to fall apart when we sit down to enjoy a nice meal or have a conversation with friends at our island in the kitchen. I am super impressed with how easily this all went together. There was no struggle. The instructions were nice and clear. I had no problem understanding them. They are just absolutely a beautiful stool. I can't wait to flip it over and show you. It's hard to see when you're doing the unboxing, but the stools are so classy, and they really are a nice, clean, contemporary aesthetic. Now let me correct myself. The only thing you're going to need beyond the box with all the parts and your little Allen key is a Phillips screwdriver. That's it. And we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 screws, and then this little stool is done. All done, assembled, under 10 minutes, really nice. Now they have provided like an angle cut so that it actually hides the screws. So you just have to kind of wiggle it in to find the pre-drilled hole, and it does slide in really easy. Now you can use a screwdriver, or again, you can go back to your power tool if you want to, but you really don't need to go anything beyond a Phillips screwdriver to get this assembled. So I have done all of the assembly, so it's time to flip the stool over, take a look at it, sit on it, see how it feels, and give you my overall impression once we've taken it out of the box and put it together in under 10 minutes. Okay, there we go. Now here is our classy modern aesthetic stool all assembled. Now let's go over some of the specifics for this stool. Height-wise, it is 29 inches tall. Of course, these ones here are done in the espresso color legs with the gray cushions. The cushions are really nicely upholstered. They've got this great stitch detail here with the dimples to make it comfortable for sitting on. And there's also these really nice studs here. And one of the reasons I picked these is this stool actually matches the rest of the furniture in my house with these really great metal studded accent piece. Now I don't impress easily, and I think that these saddle stools are awesome. Now if this isn't the color that suits your decor taste, they do have a couple other really nice color combinations. They have a white with a burgundy upholstered seat. They have a gray legged seat with a white upholstered cushion. They have a white legged saddle seat with a gray cushion, and then they also have another version with these espresso colored wooden legs with a black cushion. Now all of the seats do come in the vegan leather with this studded metal detail all the way around the entire outside of the stool. It is so classy. And now for the final test, the sit test. This is a really nice sturdy stool. It feels sturdy and secure. I love that my counter height is taller, and I love that I can actually have a place to rest my feet while I'm sitting at the counter. I love that it actually feels really nice with the width of my derriere, so I can fit my bum on here and feel comfortable. It's got a nice swoop to the seat, so I don't feel like I'm sitting on top of the seat. I feel like I'm sitting on it, and I think this is fantastic. I'm gonna give you a quick shot of what it looks like at my counter, but wow, these are awesome. Here you have it with my counter. You see how nice it matches with my wood in my kitchen. For me, they're exactly the right height for this raised counter that I have in my kitchen, and I love them so much. I actually bought 2 sets of them, so I have 4 in total, filling up my bar and giving us great seating capacity. If you are looking for an awesome set of bar stools for your kitchen counter or your island, these ones here are awesome. Easy to put together in 10 minutes, all the parts, easy to follow instructions, fantastic quality of materials, nice choices for colors if you don't like this one. Also comes in a shorter 24-inch height as well, and definitely already a family favorite at my house.